Hi, and welcome to Aiken Adventures. Today we're here on International Drive in Orlando, Florida, and we're going to do 3 activities today. Now, the package that we purchased today was available on Groupon. You can do 2, 3, or 5 activities on International Drive from a selection of a list of about 15 options. The price for 3 attractions for 1 adult is $65.70 each.
Our first activity today is the Chocolate Kingdom.
For $7 extra, you can get your own custom-made chocolate bar and then watch them make it as a part of the tour. So of course, Elena convinced me to do that. So the chocolate tour was fairly simple. It's a family-run business, so that's pretty cool.
A little bit about us before we get started. We are a 3rd generation chocolate maker, so we definitely know our chocolate. We have roughly 15 gourmet chocolate shops franchised throughout the entire country known as Chocolat, and we are family owned, all of it.
But they wouldn't let us do any video or audio recordings on the inside, and to me, I think that's
sense.
Yeah, because then if you could watch it on video, you wouldn't come and do it in person. So that makes sense to me. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna summarize briefly what we saw and experienced today.
It was actually pretty cute because they did it with a little cartoon that we got to watch throughout the tour, and so the little characters told us all about the coffee bean or the chocolate beans and the cocoa powder and the cocoa syrup and how all the chocolate is made.
Another thing that they did on the tour was that throughout they gave us a little bit about the history of chocolate, and then each of the chocolate samples corresponded with the various parts of the history. So the first sample that we got was basically a sugar-covered cocoa bean. And when we ate that, it was incredibly bitter. I forgot to take a picture of that one, so you'll just have to take my word for it. The next thing that we experienced was that we got this sample of chocolate that was really more or less a mixture of cocoa powder and maybe some spices, and was something that was to resemble the hot chocolate that the Aztecs enjoyed. They told us a little bit about the history of how the conquistadors came from Spain, and that when they encountered the Aztecs, that the Aztecs loved chocolate and used it as a medium of exchange and currency. The next rooms showed us what the Chocolate Kingdom looked like, and then we got to shoot some marshmallows across the room, which Elena got a hole-in-one, so congratulations to her.
First time.
Yeah, beginner's luck. And then the treats that we got to sample improved as the day went on.
Favorite part was the fact that he told us about all the ingredients that they put in their chocolate and the ingredients that you find in just regular chocolate that you buy from the store. And he said that if the ingredients are good and pure, that the chocolate will break in half really easily. But if the chocolate's kind of chewy or kind of soft when you break it, it means there's a lot of wax in it, which is pretty gross, and kind of like a Hershey bar or something like that would be more waxy, but real chocolate will be firm to snap when you bite into it.
In the factory section of the presentation is just a micro version of what a chocolate factory would actually look like, and they make just enough chocolate there to keep the front of the store stocked. Finally, we do recommend that you do the $7 extra charge to have your custom chocolate bar made. Elena got to pick her own toppings, and the chocolate bars came over on a conveyor belt when they were ready to go.
at my chocolate bar. Look how beautiful it is. I'm really boring. I just got caramel. So you can definitely tell the difference between the chocolate that we just ate at this factory and then regular store chocolate. I can't even describe it, but the taste is so much different and the consistency is so much smoother. It's 100% worth it.
Now we're off to our next destination, the Titanic Artifacts Museum. Got our boarding passes, and now we're gonna go check out the museum. P.S. I had to go to the restroom earlier, which requires that you actually go into the back of the thing. I figured out how the cruise ends, and it doesn't look too pretty.
Titanic Artifact Museum. That stuff fascinates me anyway. I love reading articles and documentaries about the Titanic. Of course, if you were a 90s kid like I am, then you watched the movie. So of course that piqued my interest when I first saw that, and after that I loved looking up information about Titanic. So it was absolutely fascinating to me that they actually have artifacts from the Titanic wreckage. There was people's clothes, their socks, things that they found on the bottom of the ocean floor that really did belong to these people, and it gave stories and backgrounds about individuals in different class sections that were on the Titanic, some of them that survived and what they did afterwards, and then of course the ones that died in the wreckage. It talked about all of the accomplishments that they had before then.
It feels a little dark, but it feels like you're actually walking alongside of the ship and that you're looking out over the water. The temperature changes a little bit so that it feels pretty brisk in here. From my perspective, what I really like about the Titanic is just the structural engineering side of it. I love the various parts of architecture and the pieces of the actual ship itself. My favorite things were that you could see a replica of the grand staircase. Now they won't let you take any photos of it because you can pay to have your own photo taken inside. So obviously it is to their it's obviously whatever, skip that part. One of the other things that I thought was really fascinating is the Veranda Cafe. It was a replica of the interior of a cafe that existed on the ship. Another room that was in there was a replica of one of the interior rooms for probably a first-class passenger. It had some chairs and sofa, a beautiful replica of the fireplace. So you kind of got a picture of just the luxury that existed in the first-class section. Now we're off to our next destination, Wonderworks. All right, we've saved the best for last. Our final stop on this Go CityPASS is Wonderworks Museum. think I would feel ripped off if I did any one of these at maybe the cost that it takes to do them. But as a combo, I really think they were a value. We really enjoyed doing each thing, and doing them as a combination really made it worthwhile. All right, so for dinner tonight, we're gonna keep on with the bargains, and we are gonna go to CC's Pizza because it is fast and cheap. We get that pizza buffet.
CC's.
Get in, get out. I like it. So we found one that's still open here on International Drive, and we are gonna check it out.
We're ready.
If you didn't already get enough arcade games, then there are plenty more inside CC's. I might have gotten a lottle carried away, like a lottle. But cheat day is only once a week, so make it worth it. All right, so here I'm gonna tell you about each one. This is just standard pepperoni pizza, and this one is like a deep dish pepperoni pizza. It's kind of square.
Okay, no, that's hot.
Then they have macaroni and cheese pizza. It's not my favorite, but since I'm here, my favorite one is coming up next. It is the buffalo chicken pizza. Delicious. All right. I got a few slices of those I'm not going to show you because I don't want to embarrass myself. But then the next thing is barbecue chicken pizza. That's pretty cool. I might eat a little bit of that. And then this is some kind of sausage chicken jalapeno thing. So I'm going to sample that and tell you what I think about what it has. And then finally there's a piece of cheese bread right here. So tell us what you got.
I get all white sauce pizza. I don't like red sauce, and that's why I love CC's because they're one of the only places that does this. But I got the spinach, which is my favorite, and this is the Alfredo one or the white sauce one, and then the macaroni and cheese one.
Very good.
I'm happy.
All right, Vivian, your turn. Tell us about your pizza.
I got my pizza. I gotta know what's like.
Okay,
Yeah,
and what else did you
pepperonis.
get?
I got pizza. It's just
Cheese bread.
and cheese bread
Good.
and pizza. Another pizza.
All right, I realize I'm biased because she's my kid, but that's so stinking cute. Okay, so this is the one I told you about. It has jalapenos. It has their little bits of chicken and the sausage. And I'm gonna taste it, see what it tastes like.
And drop your fork in it.
I dropped my fork. I mean, that's pizza. No unusual taste lingers on the palate, so I'm just gonna go for it. What's a trip to iDrive in Orlando, or just Orlando in general for that matter, without stopping by one of these discount Florida gift shops? There's just so much stuff to check out everywhere. If you've enjoyed this video, then we invite you to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon as you follow us for all of our adventures around Florida.